Money raw, yeah, I'm looking at the bank, say miss, I do not want to chill, yeah, nuts with my gang, you be just a stank, cover on my chain.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you guys are having a quick day as usual. So for this video, guys, I'm switching it up. I'm just going to be having a discussion about Spider-Man No Way Home, and this video is going to include spoilers, so this is your final warning. There is going to be spoilers in this video, so let's jump into it. Guys, amazing stuff. Every time I walk into a movie, or a Marvel movie at least, I always have it in the back of my mind wondering, are they going to be able to pull it off? And guys, they did. Spider-Man No Way Home, A+ movie. I really had a lot of fun. Is it the greatest movie of all time? Definitely not, but it was super fun. Top tier Marvel movie. And guys, Andrew and Toby are in the movie. My theater went crazy bananas when they showed up. It was a really great scene how they did it. I think Ned was trying to find Peter Parker, and the first time he searched for Peter Parker, he made the spiral circle that the Doctor Strange does, the portals or whatnot. And Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man walked through the portal the first time. Everybody in my theater went crazy. It was just a great moment. And then the second time he did it again, trying to find Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and Tobey Maguire walked through. Bully Maguire. My whole audience was clapping. People were cheering. People were on their feet. Just amazing stuff overall. But I just needed to get that out of the way. Andrew and Toby are in the movie, and they do a great job. All three Spider-Man like interacting with each other, telling stories about what happened to each individual Spider-Man within their own universes. Just the character interaction with like Ned and MJ and Doctor Strange and the villains. It's just great stuff. The banter between Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Just overall amazing stuff. Stuff that I thought I would never see as a Spider-Man fan and as an MCU fan. So just unbelievable that the MCU was able to pull it off again. I'm just giving them kudos because damn, that was a great movie. But let's talk about the villains. The villains were pretty good. I felt kind of like, I wanted to see more. Like, I want to see more of this movie. Willem Dafoe. Okay, so I guess let's just get into this. Tom Holland's Spider-Man does not want to send those villains back, the 6 villains back, because they're going to die, right? So they capture all of them. But he takes the cube, which is holding them. It's kind of like a prison, right? Like, if they touch a button on the cube, all the characters go back to their universes. So Tom Holland wants to prevent that. He wants to change them before they go back to the universe so that the villains don't have to die fighting Spider-Man within their universe. So while he's changing them, while he's trying to make them better, Green Goblin kind of switches, his mentality switches again. He's not... So Green Goblin, he's kind of a good guy, but he has like an alter ego. He has like a split personality. So his split personality changes. He ends up sabotaging Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, which ends up leading to a crazy moment where Aunt May dies, which is unbelievable. I did not see that coming at all. Not only does she die, but right before she dies, she says, with great power comes great responsibility. That's pretty much the mantra that Spider-Man lives by. So it wasn't Uncle Ben doing it, it was Aunt May, but it was still a very powerful moment in Tom Holland's Spider-Man's development, and it gives him so much more of a motivation as to why he does what he does and why he fights and why he continues to be Spider-Man. So just overall great stuff. Like by them, the writing was great. I did not expect that. That was a twist I was not ready for. I thought Ned or MJ was gonna die. I never thought Aunt May would die, so I was completely shocked about that. So ultimately the villains do end up going back. Some of them do get saved, some of them don't, I guess. Like, yeah, I guess they all get saved, right? Like, they all get cured or whatnot. Yeah, they do. So they all go back to their universes. Doctor Strange puts on a final spell that makes everybody forget within the world. So no one pretty much knows Spider-Man in this MCU at this point. The whole MCU, even the heroes, I guess, no one knows Spider-Man's who he is anymore. So that's going to be interesting to see what they do with Spider-Man, because the MCU at this point kind of has a fresh start with Spider-Man. They could go any direction they want, essentially, right? They don't even need to use Ned or MJ, Michelle Jones, like Zendaya, because he doesn't really tell them who he is at the end of the movie, where he has the opportunity to tell them. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with Spider-Man. I think we're going to get the Black Spider-Man next because the symbiote, Venom symbiote, stays within. A little smidge of the symbiote stays within the MCU. So I think the next Spider-Man movie, which is probably going to be like 2 or 3 years away because we got a lot of Spider-Man movies within the last 3 to 4 years. And they're doing Into the Spider-Verse. And I think Marvel has a lot of other things they want to do. They have phases, they have movies scheduled out, so I think they're going to leave Spider-Man alone for at least another 1, 2, 3 years. Because his story, pretty much Tom Holland's story, is wrapped up after this movie. And it's the beginning of a new story that they could tell, like I said, going in any direction they want. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Spider-Man in terms of like moving on in the future and within the MCU. I'm still not sure if he's a part of the Avengers. Like, do the Avengers know him or do they not know him? Not sure. Let me know in the comment section if you guys know. What else happened in the movie? It was a fun movie. My favorite part of the whole movie, again, seeing all 3 Spider-Man. Just like all of them posing on the Statue of Liberty, the banter between them, like telling how Andrew Garfield cracks Tobey Maguire's back and stuff like that. Just funny stuff. My favorite action sequence was the Doctor Strange versus Peter Parker fight. That was awesome. Like the kaleidoscope effect of New York City, the trains flying through the city, being suspended over a canyon like the Grand Canyon. Just overall amazing stuff. Visually, I was so like amazed. I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is great. It was just overall just amazing stuff just to watch, and just the aura, the crowd, everybody just oohing and ahhing. It was just great stuff. So I really liked the movie. I think the movie has a lot of nostalgia. Like, it's a really, if you're not really caught up on Spider-Man, or if you don't like Spider-Man, maybe the movie won't be as strong. But I love the movie because it brought everything I wanted and more. My expectations were literally topped. I'm just so happy the movie worked out. I'm so happy they were able to pull it off. It wasn't a letdown. They got all 3 Spider-Man, and like in the future you could always go back to and watch this movie, and any Spider-Man that you like, you'll be able to connect to and you'll be able to have fun. So I think this was a really well done movie. This is just me shooting the shit. Like, I'm just talking about the stuff I liked in the movie. It wasn't long for me. The pacing was good. The story wasn't as strong, but I don't mind because there's so much nostalgia and there's so much stuff that I did enjoy, so I'm not really caught up on that. Like, I don't mind that this story wasn't the greatest story ever. I just enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun experience, and I'm looking forward to the next Spider-Man movie. Looking forward to see what they do with Tom Holland moving forward in the MCU. But just great stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know if I missed anything. My favorite villain, of course, the Green Goblin. He was the most fun. It seemed like he was having the most fun. His one-on-one fight with Peter Parker in the building was great. Like, throwing Peter through the floors and stuff like that. That was amazing. I feel like all of the villains kind of got their shine. Doc Ock ended up being a good guy and fighting alongside all 3 Spider-Man, which was a little twist. Was not expecting that, but just yeah, the villains really, Jamie Foxx and Willem Dafoe, so they kind of stole the show for me. They were really good in terms of their villains, and they got a lot of screen time, it felt like. Like, Green Goblin got a lot of screen time. Sandman didn't really get a lot of screen time. Lizard really didn't get a lot. But I felt like they were all there, and they were all kind of showing off their own skills. So it was a good, very exciting movie. A lot of moving parts. Ned learning how to do the magic, that was cool too. That was unexpected. So again, is Ned going to be used in the future? Is he going to be like an Avenger? Is he going to learn? Or did everybody just forget and that's it? That's a wrap for all these characters, because the last spell again. And I really enjoyed the multiverse like cracking open, and you could see like in the sky of New York like all these beings walking towards the light, and those are, I guess, variants from all across the multiverse. Like, there's millions of different variants of all these characters, and they're coming in because they all know Peter Parker, Spider-Man. So Doctor Strange has to seal that rip within the multiverse, right? So, and then that post-credit scene, the last post-credit scene, like I said, Venom is in the MCU. That little bit of the symbiote that stayed behind after Venom went back to the Sonyverse. So my guess is the next Spider-Man movie, we are going to get Black Spider-Man suit. That's what I think. At least Venom is going to interact with Spider-Man in the next Spider-Man movie. You heard it here first, folks. But the second end credit scene was pretty much a trailer for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and I'm ready for that. I don't want to really speculate or go into it because I have no idea what they're going to do with that, but I'm just super ready, super excited to see what they do with that as well. I'll be there opening night, and I'll be there again telling you how I feel about the movie. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite parts are in the movie in the comment section. What did you expect? Were you happy with the results? Did you, how did your theater react? Let me know in the comment section. Were you surprised that we got Toby, Andrew, and Tom Holland all in one movie? All the villains. It was good that they didn't really kill off any of the Spider-Man. They just went back to their respected universes. And I'm just happy we got a great Spider-Man movie. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Spider-Man 2 is still my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. No doubt about it. So this is not my favorite Spider-Man movie. This is probably top 3. Spider-Man 2, this is probably my second favorite. And then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the movie that came out in 2018, the animated movie. Those are my top 3 Spider-Man movie of all time. But guys, let me know again what you guys thought in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video because it helps the channel and the video grow a lot. But I'm going to wrap it up. So take care of yourself. Stay safe because it is a crazy world and there are a lot of crazy people. But most importantly, guys, you already know by now. Peace.